You're with Radio Sri Lanka on 97.4 and 97.6 FM.
Make learning more fun for your kids with People's Bank that celebrates World Children's Day by offering kids attractive prizes when they save in their Isarudana and Sisudana savings accounts from 1st October to 31st December.
In a few moments, the news.
Exciting prizes for kids who save in their People's Bank Isarudana and Sisudana accounts.
This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
It's 8:45 p.m. This is the news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, edited by J. Yogaraj, read by Soundhi Thavam. The President has instructed the district secretaries to provide fuel facilities to the farmers without any shortage during the Maha season. The necessary stocks of urea fertilizer for the paddy cultivation during the Maha season has already been distributed to agrarian service centres in 7 districts. Around 23,000 metric tons of urea fertilizer has been distributed. The police advised to take steps to prevent using children as shields in demonstrations. The President instructs to celebrate the 75th Independence Day in a dignified manner. Easter tax, the court fixes date to announce decision on Maitripala's writ. The National Paper Corporation has shown an impressive progress so far in production activities. In news overseas, Crimea bridge attack arrests market in Donetsk region attacked. And in sports, England and Australia, David Malan and Sam Curran shine to help seal T20 series. The necessary stocks of urea fertilizer for the paddy cultivation during the Maha season has been distributed to agrarian service centres in 7 districts so far. Around 23,000 metric tons of urea fertilizer has been distributed. Minister Mahinda Amarveera said these fertilizer stocks will be distributed to the respective centres and farmers through Commercial Fertilizer Company and the Lanka Pora Company. The paddy cultivation in the Maha season has been carried out in around 814,000 hectares of land island-wide. The paddy cultivation in certain districts has already been started. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has said that using children as shields in demonstrations is a serious offence according to the law of the country and advised the Sri Lanka police to take immediate measures to prevent the perpetuation of such conduct. President Wickremesinghe issued these instructions during the special discussion held at the Presidential Secretariat this morning on the protection of children's rights. Highlighting subsection 13 of Article 27 of the Constitution, Court, the state shall promote with special care the interests of children and youth so as to ensure their full development, physical, mental, moral, religious and social, and to protect them from exploitation and discrimination, unquote. The President emphasised that protecting children is the prime responsibility of a government. Steps are also taken to assign the responsibilities of child protection to the Sri Lanka Police and related government institutions. The President upheld the need for an act to protect children's rights to prevent them from being used for sexual activities and protect their fundamental rights. He also advised the officials to discuss this issue with the Attorney General in order to take necessary steps in this regard. The President drew attention to the detention of the children who were among the people who were arrested for illegally migrating to India and separated from their parents as a result. He said that this situation needs to be rectified immediately and arrangements made to return the children to their parents. The President also requested special attention to be paid to the education of children in orphanages and protection of their rights and advised the officials to submit a report on those with special needs in such institutions. President Ranil Wickremesinghe has given instructions to officials to celebrate the 75th Independence Day in a dignified manner, the President's media division says. In addition, marking this special occasion, a project of 2,000 houses has been planned to be constructed in the Colombo and Gampaha districts, according to the PMD. The Minister of Agriculture, Mahinda Amaravira, said that President Ranil Wickremesinghe has instructed the district secretaries to provide fuel facilities to the farmers without any shortage during the Maha season. The minister revealed this information at a meeting with the representatives of the farmer societies held at the ministry this morning. The minister further said that the decision was taken in this regard during a meeting held yesterday at the Presidential Secretariat under the patronage of President Ranil Wickremesinghe on food security. You're listening to the news broadcast from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation.
Exciting prices for kids who save in their People's Bank Isarudana and Sisudana accounts.
The Court of Appeal has issued an order regarding the hearing of a private plaint filed against former President Maithripala Sirisena, seeking to name him as an accused of the Easter Sunday attacks for failing to prevent them. Accordingly, the decision on whether or not to issue an interim order suspending the hearing of the private plaint will be announced on October 14th at 9:30 a.m. The appeals court further informed the attorneys representing the defence that former President Maithripala Sirisena should also appear before the court on the relevant date. The order was issued by the appeals court bench, consisting of judges Sobita Rajakaruna and Dhammika Ganepala, after considering a writ application by Sirisena, seeking the dismissal of a notice issued by the Colombo Fort magistrate on him to appear before the courts on October 14th. The relevant private plaint was submitted by Reverend Father Cyril Gamini and Jesudasan Nadesan, a victim of the Easter Sunday terror attack, alleging that the former president had committed an offence as the defence minister at the time by failing to prevent the terror attack despite receiving information. The National Paper Corporation has shown an impressive progress so far in production activities. The chairman of the corporation, Vimal Rupasinghe, said the paper varieties will be sold in the near future at normal rates. Effective measures have been taken in this regard. This is a great achievement under difficult circumstances, he added. And with that, we conclude local news.
Make learning more fun for your kids with People's Bank that celebrates World Children's Day by offering kids attractive prizes when they save in their Isarudana and Sisudana savings accounts from 1st October to 31st December.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe has given instructions to officials to celebrate the 75th Independence Day in a dignified manner, the President's Media Division PMD says. In addition, marking this special occasion, a project of 2,000 houses has been planned to be constructed in the Colombo and Gampaha districts, according to the PMD, and came to you in the main news story.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight, dengue cases on the rise with the onset of the monsoon weather conditions. 31,162 suspected dengue cases were identified for the year 2021 and 45,812 suspected dengue cases were reported to the epidemiology unit from all over the island from January 2022 to date. Latest disease trends show approximately 41.1% of the dengue cases were reported from the Western Province and came to you in Watchlight.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
We give you the strength to rise higher and higher.
Never step back, but always march forward.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Making headlines tonight, Crimea bridge attacker arrests market in Donetsk region attacked. Elon Musk denies he spoke to Putin about Ukraine war. And French oil workers vote to continue strike. Russia says it has detained 8 people in connection with Saturday's explosion on a key bridge linking Russia to Crimea. Its FSB security service said 5 of those held were Russians, while the others were Ukrainian and Armenian. It says Kyiv was behind the attack, but a Ukrainian official described Russia's investigation as nonsense. The news came as at least 7 people were reported killed in an attack on a market in the eastern town of Avdiivka. Elon Musk has denied reports he spoke to Vladimir Putin before posting a Twitter poll with his suggestions for ending Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Ian Bremmer, head of the Eurasia Group Political Risk Consultancy, alleged that Mr. Musk had personally told him about the conversation with Mr. Putin, but Mr. Musk has now refuted this. Striking French oil workers have voted to continue their industrial action, which has led to shortages at fuel stations across the country. They responded angrily after the government said it would use mandatory pass to force some of them to go back to work. The strike, in its third week, has shut 6 of France's 7 oil refineries. With long queues of cars now a regular sight at the pumps, the government wants to get the fuel flowing again. Back to the headlines of the world news. Crimea bridge attack arrests as market in Donetsk region attacked. Elon Musk denies he spoke to Putin about Ukraine war. And French oil workers vote to continue strike. With that, we conclude this bulletin of world news.
World News. Brought to you by courtesy of...
Amidst all challenges, we will rally around you and advance.
In the face of hardships, let's stand strong together.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
On to development news. Sri Lanka is one of the top 5 nations to benefit from Korea's Economic Development Cooperation Fund. The investment in various ODA projects benefiting Sri Lanka since 1987 exceeds $900 million in a total of concessional loans through the Korea Exim Bank, the Republic of Korea Ambassador Santhosh Woonjin-jeong said, addressing the National Foundation Day celebrations of the Republic of Korea held at the Shangri-La Hotel in Colombo recently. A framework arrangement enabling the Sri Lankan government to obtain soft loans of a value up to $500 million from the EDCF of the Korean government was renewed for the years from 2020 to 2022. At the same time, the New Village movement, known as the Semol Foundation in Sri Lanka and Kopia, have achieved success in developing rural livelihood through meaningful initiatives implemented in Sri Lanka, Jeong said. That's development news. Sports news up next.
Sports news is brought to you by...
With many values that bind us beyond the transaction, we are Sampath Bank. We present your future.
David Malan and Sam Curran starred as England edged world champions Australia by 8 runs to take on an unassailable 2-0 lead in their 3-match 2020 series. Malan smashed 82 from 49 deliveries to lead the recovery after England were reduced to 54 for 4 in Canberra. He was ably supported by Moeen Ali 44 as they put on 92 for the 5th wicket to help England reach 17 for 7 from their 20 overs. That's sports news. Business news up next.
A special interest rate of 15% on savings certificates opened in October. Prarthana for children, Prarthana Plus for adults. NSB Prarthana, your dreams realized.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The latest venture undertaken by Bondville Manufacturing Private Limited to set up a new factory in the Gonapala area to manufacture bonded garments for export purposes is to break the shackles of the sewing techniques of using needles and thread as the main joining method and thus going into bonding techniques to join fabric panels. The agreement in this regard was signed recently at the BOI head office in the presence of the Bondville management and the BOI officials. This new BOI project will create more than 1,000 direct and indirect job opportunities during the first year and came to you in Business News.
Business News, sponsored by...
When I grow up, I'll fly to the moon somehow.
Envision your future now. NSB Prarthana will show you the path to your dreams. This thrift month, open a savings certificate. It's a long-term investment on your future with great returns. A special interest rate of 15% on savings certificates opened in October. Prarthana for children, Prarthana Plus for adults. NSB Prarthana, your dreams realized.
Economic News, courtesy of...
I bought my daughter a laptop for her work by managing my finances. Whatever the expenses may be, I can't afford to miss out on life's special moments like her birthday or our anniversary. So you need to invest to make your family's future flourish.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibilities. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
The Sri Lanka Economic Summit SLES 2022, organized by the Ceylon Chamber of Commerce under the theme Resetting from Turmoil to Opportunity, will be held on December 5th and 6th at the Shangri-La, Colombo. The SLES 2022 will focus on key levers that will lead to macroeconomic stability as well as ensure private sector-led growth, enabling the country to swiftly embark on a growth trajectory and implement short and medium-term reforms. These levers will play a vital role in the formulation of an economic recovery plan as Sri Lanka pursues an IMF program to stabilize the macroeconomy and seeks to restructure external debt. That's economic news.
Saving money isn't easy when you have responsibility. That's why we promise to give you the best returns and guarantee on your investment. LOLC Finance Fixed Deposits. Maximize your savings. LOLC Finance PLC, incorporated on the 13th of December 2001, is rated SLA stable by ICRA Lanka Limited and is licensed by the Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka under the Finance Business Act number 42 of 2011.
On to the weather report. The Met Department says that showers or thundershowers will occur at times in the western, northwestern, central and Sabragama provinces and in the Galle and Martara districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur elsewhere over the island during the afternoon or night. Fairly heavy showers above 75 millimeters can be expected at some places in the western, central, Uva and Sabragama provinces and in the Galle and Martara districts. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during thunder showers. This weather report was published this evening at 7:30 p.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. Meanwhile, the international weather forecast website AccuWeather.com reports that the day's weather was cloudy with occasional showers. Today's daytime temperature was observed to be around 27 degrees Celsius. There will be light showers in many places in the Colombo district in the night. Tonight's temperature will be around 25 degrees Celsius and there will be scattered showers in selected spots late in the night. The ground temperature would be 25 degrees Celsius at the time of this news broadcast. The air quality index AQI is 19, which is excellent air condition in Colombo. The air quality is ideal for most individuals. It is suitable for everyone to enjoy their normal outdoor activities. To conclude this bulletin of news, a recap of the headlines. The President has instructed the district secretaries to provide fuel facilities to the farmers without any shortage during the Maha season. The necessary stocks of urea fertilizer for the paddy cultivation during the Maha season has already been distributed to agrarian service centres in 7 districts. Around 23,000 metric tons of urea fertilizer has been distributed. The police advised to take steps to prevent using children as shields in demonstrations. The President instructs to celebrate the 75th Independence Day in a dignified manner. Easter tax, the court fixes date to announce decision on Maitripala's writ. The National Paper Corporation has shown an impressive progress so far in production activities. Crimea bridge attack arrests as market in Donetsk region attacked. England in Australia, David Malan and Sam Curran shine to help seal T20 series. And with that, we conclude tonight's news broadcast, and now it's back to your hostess,